What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the Action Toys Voltron Mini Action Series 09 Vehicle Force Voltron Die-Ruger Vehicle Voltron, however you want to call it. It is in the Mini Action line by Action Toys. Really excited to get this. It's very, very light. They have two mini lines. They have the Mini Gokin line and the Mini Action line. Mini Gokin line is the one where we did the Tetsujin from, which I should have for this review. But this one is something I really wanted to get. I actually had a pre-order at HLJ, but I had to cancel it. But luckily, by the time this came out here at BBTS, I was, able to get another pre-order for it. And it was about the same price, so I was very, very happy about that. So really excited to do some Voltron on the 40th anniversary year of Voltron. You guys know I'm a huge Voltron fan. We got Vehicle Voltron here. We're gonna probably do some Lion Voltron. We shall see how the year goes, but we're definitely planning on some Voltron here on the channel. So without any further ado, let's get to this review. And here are our little vehicles out of the package. And boy, has this review now been a long time coming. I filmed that opening on like May 15th. That's just a testament to all of the things that have come in since then. I've also had cons and things just get backed up. I really wanted to do this sooner, but hey, we're still in the 40th anniversary, so here we are. We have the three teams that make up Vehicle Voltron. We have the Air Team, we have the Sea Team, and we have the Land Team. They're all pretty cool, I gotta say. For little vehicles, they are very, very nice. We're gonna start out with the Air Team, and we're gonna give them all a little look-see. Here is, I do not, quote me on what any of these are called. Well, don't even question me because I'm not even going to say it. This nice little fighter in red looks awesome. I really like how this piece looks. You got the metallic blue, you got the white there. It's a nice sculpt. It feels very light, Some of these are very light, but I got to say mostly the plastic is very sturdy. I like, the thrusters here in silver and black, so this is a nice little fighter. Then we got this piece that makes up Voltron's head, and it's a pretty cool little fighter as well. It's more like what are those called? Bomb pops? That's what it reminds me of. Rocket pops? I forget what they were called, from the 80s, but yeah, it works, It's got a little, thruster thing in the back. A little cockpit. Again, you got a lot of nice metallic blue that makes up all the cockpits on these, and that's fantastic. Then we got this blue helicopter, futuristic helicopter. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it a lot. The propellers are done in silver. They do not turn. Nothing turns. No wheels, no nothing on this, but it looks good. Cockpit again. And the back of the helicopter looks real nice. Here is the red one. Looking pretty good as well. Yeah, good stuff. Then you got this thing here. I forget what this was supposed to be, but this is supposed to be sticking up. There are a few things you have to do out of the package that the instructions don't tell you, but having done some, vehicle Voltrons over the years, you get to know these things. Plus, you could kind of trace your steps backwards from the directions at least. But there's this thing. It's kind of cool. It's got some threads on there, which is pretty neat. Next, we got the Sea Team. I like the little sculpt on this little sub. One of those kind of digger subs, I guess. Looks really good. Again, the cockpit is very nice. Sculpt is really good. Here is the blue one, but also yellow. It's got that little yellow thing. Was that a little like solo vehicle that popped off this in the cartoon? I forget. It's been a long time since I've seen Vehicle Voltron or Die-Ruger. But yeah, it looks good. Now we got this thing. I don't know what it is. I forget. But it's pretty interesting looking overall. It's got some silver paint. It's got a cockpit that's like up there. Looks odd to me. I want to put it like this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to stay like this because it does have little threads on the bottom as well. But I love the little silver little propeller things there. That's pretty cool. Then we got these vehicles here that make up the legs, which are very, very nice. Again, threads. Nice little front part there. Overall, it looks pretty good. You got this top part that's looking good. I mean, like, all the paint everywhere is looking nice. And, you know, I gotta say, the sculpts are pretty neat. And here's the yellow one. I do like that they have, like, different features. You know, they're not, like, completely the same across. Which is good. I like that. It's very, very cool. Now we got the land team, which I always liked. I think it might be my favorite. I mean, if you looked at my Soul Chogokin Vehicle Voltron review, maybe I said something different, but I think the land team is my favorite. They just have some really cool vehicles, like the fist cars. Here's the red fist car. It's pretty awesome. Then we got this weirdo thing, which just looks like a little base. I don't think this kind of moves at all. It's alright. But then I love these cars. They are awesome. The yellow one here, again, man, the windshield is amazing in that metallic blue. Just looks awesome. The grille in silver, yellow. Very, very nice striping around it. The top part, yeah, this is awesome. And here's the black one with the yellow striping. Beautiful. The wheels do not move, like I said earlier. But, man, these things are just very awesome and very sturdy feeling. They're light, but they're sturdy feeling plastic, and I can appreciate that for sure. So the three teams combine into three vehicles. Bigger vehicles, right? So, first, we're going to do the air team. So that's how this one looks. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, it works. It works somewhat. I mean, it's not terrible, right? So for the Aqua team. That's pretty interesting, yeah. For a sea vehicle, it's not so bad. Lastly, for the land team. Alright, for whatever reason, this one's giving me the most trouble, but it's not terrible. And let me tell you, these directions leave a lot to be desired here, Action Toys. You gotta do this better. And black and white really, really does not help anybody. So, yeah, let's go Voltron Force, shall we? But before we move forward, I thought it'd be fun to do a little size comparison in this mode. It's too unruly with all of the vehicles, but in, you know, this, I don't know, bigger vehicle modes. I forget what they were called. Battle vehicle mode. How about that? You guys can let me know what they were called down below. Let's do a little size comparison here with the original mini Voltron Force figure. That's right, an original from the 80s mini Voltron, vehicle Voltron. That's I cherish that little thing. I love that I have that. Speaking of minis, one of these dudes, the Microcosmos Voltron, this is the metallic one. Thought it would be a good one to bring out as well, because I'm kind of curious to see how this overall scales with something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how it scales to that and to other super robots that we'll be looking at a little later on. And just for a further sense of scale, here they are with two Transformers Optimus Primes. You know, furthermore, in the directions, it actually said what their names were. This is Strato Fighter. Definitely did not remember that. Aqua Fighter. and Turbo Terrain Fighter. Yeah, how about that? So with that all said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's GOT! And holy cow, finally, we have formed Voltron. And it's pretty cool. Though, I gotta tell you guys, like, getting it to this was a big pain in the butt. These are all friction joints. Everything goes in by friction, and you put something in, something pops out. You put something else in, something else pops out. Some, points of annoyance. These little fins, for whatever crazy reason, are not molded in. I guess it's easier to mold these separately and then pop them in. This one in particular has been flying out on me. Doesn't pull out, but like you knock it in the right way, it pops out. Very, very annoying. This arm kept falling out on me too on this side. Again, the directions are really annoying. Also, these legs, I couldn't figure out why, but they kept popping out. And then I remembered Super 7 Godzilla and his tail, and how that looked weird. And I just kept pushing it into place until it popped in, and that worked. Same thing here. You gotta really, really push it in. There's actually 2 clicks that happen. The first click makes you think it's in, but then you really gotta push it in further, and then you get it. And once you do, though, it's pretty cool. Again, he doesn't weigh a ton, but he's got some presence. I gotta say, he's got some presence. And, if you do recall my Solochogokin review from a few years back, like, I had problems with that, too. Like, getting everything to stay. So, it's a matter of Vehicle Voltron, Dairuger. It's got way too many moving parts. You know what I'm saying? There's too many vehicles that form this. And I know some folks like him because of that, but it's a big pain in the butt, let me tell you. But it does certainly look cool. Now, one other thing that was very annoying. I couldn't figure out that these things that are no longer here pulled out. And you got to pull them out. And there's pieces that, you don't use completely. They're just like caps. This one, I scratched. You see that? I literally scratched it trying to get it out. That's a big bummer. Of course, I'm never going to use this piece again. He's never going to be a part ever again. So there's that part of it. Still a bummer, though. You know what I'm saying? But it looks real good. Like, other than that I did, unfortunately, there was, we've already seen that there's, like, no paint blemishes on this thing whatsoever. And there's a fair amount of paint here. But it looks really, really good. And I'm happy to say that was the only thing that got, like, a little bit damaged in combination. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good. This is what the back looks like, It's not so bad. Alright? It's not so bad. The side view, not so bad. I like how the arms look. I really do. I've always loved Vehicle Voltron's like lower arms. I really like how that looks. In a lot of ways, a lot better than Lion Voltron. Even though I'm a much bigger Lion Force Voltron fan, but I really like these. They just look like they're made to be like rocket fists. You know what I'm saying? And you could definitely use them as such. I don't recall in the show if he ever did that, but you could definitely use them as such, which is cool. I love these fists. They look real good. Very, very nice. I love all of the middle parts, like, the belt part, the middle, the chest piece. It all looks good. The silver here. It's very, very nice. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This guy is pretty cool. Proportions are perfectly Vehicle Voltron. It looks fantastic. I do think Action Toys did a really nice job overall here. And I'm so glad I figured this out, because that was going to be like gonna take this guy down a notch for me. But yeah, that's where it's at. It's cool. The one thing we really do have to look at is this face, because that we haven't seen yet. And it's real nice. The eyes look good. The black parts, the silver parts, the gold parts, the silver and gold. Silver and gold. It all looks pretty good. Oh, I do have a little... Oh, man. I don't know if I did that at all. I'll have to go back and check, but I'll probably, I've probably let you know already. But yeah, look at that. This guy is easily scratchable, as you're fiddling with stuff and trying to take stuff off. But I do have gold, that's for sure, that I can use for that. So, but yeah, I definitely have a little scratch there. Otherwise, the face looks pretty good. It's a good Voltron face. I do like it. And again, overall, it is very, very, very nice. Also nice is it's got pretty good articulation. The head moves pretty good. The body moves over here. It doesn't go back and forth really, but it does, turn. And then these move nicely, almost like a butterfly joint, almost. And then it comes out like that. Yeah, it's kind of like a butterfly joint. Look at that. That's pretty good. Right? That's not bad at all. This moves at the bicep. You have a nice, pretty deep-ish elbow joint. The wrists are on ball joint. And they move nicely. Now, the legs are pretty interesting. This whole piece moves. And again, you wouldn't be able to do that if you don't push everything in. And it moves outwards for a full split. Pretty good, right? So bring that back down. Again, you can kick pretty high forward. So it doesn't go back though. Now the legs are interesting because you could get them to about that much. However, you can open up this and then you could go all the way up should you so desire. But that's good that it covers it up. I like that a lot. You can swivel it up there. Again, that's the point where, maybe don't do it too much. This does have a little joint that drops down. You see that? Which is cool. So it gives you some nice rocker. It goes back and forth okay. Oh, and it comes out pretty easy though. So do be careful there. Well, there you go. But it goes back in pretty good too. Yeah, I think it's decent on the articulation department, and gotta say, makes for a pretty good Vehicle Voltron. And for accessories, we do get 2 extra pairs of hands. We got a pair of splayed opening hands and a pair of holding hands. And they look good. You need a splayed out a hand and you need a holding hand. Because, of course, we're going to want to do this with his blazing sword. And the sword looks fantastic. Look at that. Again, we got silver and gold there. Hilt's pretty good. The blade is very nice. It is very big. And that's the way it should be, because super robots need big swords, in my opinion, to make it. Look how cool that is. I like that a lot. I do. He's fiddly a little bit, and, things pop out, and, a little bit annoying. But overall, I could deal with that because I think this guy, he's pretty neat. Let's see if we can get him to stand. Oh yeah, look at that. I like how that looks. Kind of leaning forward like so. So pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. He's very cool. That sword is awesome. Additionally, as a weapon, we could use his little propeller things, his rotors. Oh man, that fell out. Okay, so Voltron just exploded on me, and I'm surprised I found this that yeah, went missing. Oh, and it was all because his arm fell out. What a pain in the butt. Really, guys, this is not great. I gotta say. Like, there's things about this I really, really love. And, you know, staying together, I do not love. Anyway, you could use that should you wish. I probably won't. Also, the little piece in his hand that he uses to hold it, like, you can actually take that out. So, I don't know. I don't know if you want to hold there, but this kind of sticking out, Got a bunch of other pieces, right, that I need to put back in the box anyway, so, you know, that's fine. So for your size comparisons, first up, let's bring in these two once again, and I'm surprised. He's actually, like, almost the same size as the old school Voltron. Now, unfortunately, he's a little bit smaller than that guy, so we'll have to wait for the line Voltron to go with Vehicle Voltron here. And I left our little vintage mini Voltron just to bring in the rest of my Vehicle Voltrons. This is it. This is it, guys. I only have 5 now. Crazy. I mean, it's very, very strange, but I guess, you know, I don't know. I never really went hard on getting any Vehicle Voltrons. Yeah, we got a Toynami vinyl, and this is not the original. This is a knockoff of, you know, one of the originals. You know, like, I think this was, who made this? Polyfect Toys? And then, of course, the Solar Chogokin, which, I gotta tell you, was a bit disappointing. For me, I don't know. I know a lot of people love it, but I don't know. I didn't. But still, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's funny. I took him off the shelf, and the first thing that happened was that the chest piece fell off. And the little fin fell off of it, too. So, yeah, doing great with those things. But anywho, it's fun to put these together in a video, for sure. And one more size comparison, a bunch of other robots, including 2 of Action Toys' lines, and with the Machine Robo Steam Robo, and the Mini Gokin, which means, you know, diecast, Tetsujin 28. And obviously those two scale very well together because they're both their mini lines. These are supposed to be cheaper, but it wasn't really that much of a difference between the two. We have a Super Robot Chogokin here. I was looking for the Megazord because I know folks would want to see that, but I have no idea where it is. Back there is a Revoltech, actually, of Gurren Lagann. I really like that figure to this day. And a Super Mini Voltron, which I never reviewed on the channel for whatever reason. But yeah, here we have a bunch of robots that you could possibly scale with this. I wish this was a little bit smaller or that a little bit bigger, but you know what? Within itself, it's cool that they scale the 2 mini lines. Honestly, I would do away with this line. Just make them a metal. Make a metal, guys. Like, Tetsujin 28 was friggin' fantastic. So, I would like more in that line instead. And my final thoughts? I don't know. Like, it's really quirky and annoying, but all the parts are really cool. I'm more annoyed that, like, you try to put something in and something else falls out, and you end up ruining it. Like, I scratched 2 parts of this, and who knows, maybe there's more that I haven't noticed. But that's annoying. And when something costs, like, what, 60-something bucks for this? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it. It's like, you know, basically like model kit material almost, you know, like that kind of plastic, thin, like, you know, like the SMP one, that Super Mini Paw one that I showed before of line Voltrons, like that almost, you know, or like that. You know, so very thin plastic. I mean, the look is great. The articulation's pretty good. I do like it a lot. It's a weird item. But man, it's like so annoying too. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. The jury is out on how I completely feel about this at this time. If you see it on my best of the year list, you'll know it's grown on me. And it might, because there's a lot to like here. I do gotta fix that little crown. It's so tiny of a scratch on it, a little gold thing, but I saw it, and I can't see it with the naked eye great, but I saw it, you know, in my camera there, and it's bothering me, so it is there. So yeah, quirks abound, but it is cool. That's like the best I could say, you know, right now. So, you know, if you're looking to get this, know that there's going to be some quirks to it. The legs were a little bit annoying, but once I got them in, man, they stay pretty well. So that is no longer an issue. But yeah, you really got to force them in. I would probably say it's probably easier to take off this whole piece first and then pop them in than do what I was trying to do. So yeah, but it is cool. It looks good. And I'll leave it at that. All right, that's my review. The sword is amazing. And you guys let me know what you think down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content and let me help you diversify your collection with some Voltron, because there's gonna be more. It is the 40th anniversary after all. Till next time, peace out, peeps.